What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue, and I found a sale on some wild caught 13, 15 count shrimp. So I figured, you know what, it's time for us to go ahead and get some shrimp on the grill. Now, as far as the shrimp goes, what we did was we took off all the shell, but we did leave on this last tail section, and that's more for just appearance more than anything. What we're going to start off with is a marinade. We're going to let this marinate for a couple hours. What I have, use whatever you want or no hot sauce at all, but I have some homemade hot sauce. And we're going to go equal parts hot sauce to oil. Now I have quite a bit of shrimp here, so this is going to be about, I'd say about a half a cup each of that. I have some chopped up cilantro. We're going to add some of this. Now, one thing you don't want to do when you're doing this is overthink it. Don't feel like you need to follow an exact recipe. Trust me, it is not necessary. So we have our cilantro in there. We have some garlic. I'm going with about 2 cloves of garlic. And now what we're going to do is set this garlic, cilantro, and the jalapeno that we have diced up here aside, because we're going to use it for our little butter mixture later. So we're going with about, this is going to be about 1.5 jalapenos. And lime. Now, if you plan on marinating this more than, I'd say, 3 hours, don't use lime in it. It's going to start cooking your shrimp. I'm only going to be going for about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, so we should be good to go on that. So we have 1 lime. As a matter of fact, since we're just eyeballing this, let's go with 1 more lime in there, or another half a lime. And just to add a little bit of seasoning to it, what we're going to do, as a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, what we are going to use instead of this Old Bay seasoning, we will use this later on. There's another YouTube channel called Spoon Fork Heart that sent me some sea salt from Thailand where she grew up. Instead of using that, I'm just going to be basic. Let's go with this sea salt from Thailand. And we're going to eyeball that. That's about a teaspoon. We're going to mix this all up. Now this hot sauce I did make has a lot of seasoning in it, probably more than what most hot sauces would have. So we're not missing anything out, or we're not missing anything by not using that Old Bay. We are missing some of that Old Bay flavor, but I think that sea salt from Thailand is going to work really well in this. Now what I'm going to do, the girl that sent me this sea salt has a YouTube channel where she makes some excellent Asian dishes. I'm going to put a link to her channel in the iCard above in the description below. If you're interested in Asian fusion type meals, check her out. I'm telling you, her name is Suri and she hooks it up. Anyway, so what we're going to do is put our shrimp in a Ziploc bag, and I have probably 4 pounds of this. I did do a separate pound of shrimp for my sister because she doesn't eat hot stuff, so we're about 4.5 pounds actually in this. And I'm giving her a half pound of not spicy. Alright, so we got that. We're going to add our marinade. Close this bag up. And I'm going to kind of massage this bag. It looks like it's kind of getting down in there really good. But I'm going to go ahead and massage this bag, and we're going to let this marinate for 2 hours. The next step is going to be this butter that we're going to make, and this is going to be an excellent butter to add at the end of this cook. Here's the butter that we're going to go ahead and add to this seafood. Now, like I said, I'm making some of this for my sister. Normally I would throw some habanero or some jalapeno in here, but let's just keep this a little mild. We're going to go with, we have 4 sticks of butter. We're going to go with some cilantro. some lime juice. And we're going to go with some garlic. Now, as far as the lime juice goes, add as much as you want. I will go ahead and add a little bit more to this here in just a little bit, just trying to save a little time. Garlic, as much or as little as you want. Now we're going to come back over this with some Old Bay seasoning. And we're going to throw this on the grill right before we get our seafood on there. And this is going to give us that pop that we're looking for to brush it down with and kind of dip it in when we are done. So I'm going to go ahead and get this Weber kettle fired up, get cooking. Our shrimp is marinated a couple hours. What we're going to do is just go ahead and skewer them up. And what we're going to do is kind of come in through the tail right before the shell is, where we kind of left that on, and then just go through the top. We're going to put, I don't know, 5, 4, I don't know. Let's do a play by ear. Looks like we're going to get about 4 on here. And what you want to do is leave a little space between the each of the shrimp, just so some heat can kind of get between there. So here we go. We got 4 on here. Spread them out. That's what we're looking like. I'm going to finish spacing these out and skewering the rest of these up. And I'll meet you out at the Weber. Now here is the butter we made. I'm going to go ahead and transfer some of this to another jar so I can kind of baste this on the shrimp. The shrimp on here, they shouldn't take but about 2.5 minutes each side. What I did do before I put the shrimp on the skewers was I did have the skewers in water for about 2 hours. And once we get about 2.5 minutes in on this, I'm going to go ahead and brush them down with a little bit of that butter mixture that I made. I did transfer that over into a cast iron skillet just to make it a little bit easier. And we've gone about 2 minutes on this side. We're just going to go ahead and flip these right quick, and you just want to get them until they lose that translucent look to them. I'm going to go ahead and throw some of this butter on there, which is probably going to create a little bit of a flame, but I think we'll be all right. All right, let's check back on this in about another 2 minutes. And what we're probably going to do is just go ahead and flip them one more time, add a little bit of butter, and be done. These have gone another 2 minutes. I am just going to flip them one more time. And the only reason I'm flipping them this time is just to get a little bit of butter on that other side. Let's go ahead and stir all that goodness up. I'm just going to let that set for about 30 more seconds. We'll pull it off. These bad boys are ready to come off the grill. Definitely don't want to overcook these. You don't want them to be rubbery. And these look perfect to me, so we're going to go ahead and get these inside. And let's go ahead and taste them. It looks like it's just me for the taste test. My sister is not really feeling all that well, so my wife went and took over some of this stuff to her. So it looks like I'm all by myself. Let's taste. That is perfect. I've been wanting to cook these things for about the last 5 days after I got these things on sale for $6.99 for 13, 15 count shrimp. So these are excellent. I hope my sister and her son like them. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.